Hello, my friends. So this is the conclusion of the dangers and deceptions of Wicca.
Kathi Sharpe was a practicing witch for almost 10 years.
I find it very hard to believe that Kathi Sharpe was practicing Wicca for 10 years.
But despite the promise of power through magic, she knew that she was under a dark and dangerous spell. What she didn't realize was it's much harder to come out from under the dark cloak of witchcraft.
I was really miserable back when I was a witch, and if you'd asked me, I would have denied it and maybe had a thing or two to say to you.
Kathi Sharpe, once a high priestess living in North Carolina, discovered that no amount of magic could bring the sense of inner peace that witchcraft promised.
I became very cynical, and ultimately I really became bitter. I mean, I wasn't happy about anything. There was absolutely no joy in my life.
So let's take a closer look again at who Kathi Sharpe is. Okay, so from this article, which is from Wild Hunt 2004, in this article she claims, this is Kathi Sharpe, that she was expelled by a righteous force and could not enter a church. In this article, she claims that she was partially deaf. She also had a conversation with Jesus in sign language. And from another article, and links will be below, in this version of Kathi's story, she was able to enter a church with her husband and daughter and lead the pastor. Later, after turning to God, her hearing was completely restored. This is amazing. Why did she leave this out from her interview?
None at all.
No joy, especially on the job. She was having serious problems with a new software program at work.
The boss was blaming it all on me, and it had really gotten to the point that it was bad. And I said, okay, God, if you're real, you can fix this, and do it in a way that I know it's you and not some kind of fluke.
She sent an email to her online computer support group asking for help. The help came from one of the most unexpected places.
One day I was cleaning out my email inbox, and I had a folder of these messages which had been languishing for a long time.
Rich Tatum is the web manager for the magazine Christianity Today. He was also part of Kathi's online computer support group.
It's like 2,000 or 3,000 messages that I just hadn't looked at. So I was deleting them all, blowing them all away.
It was getting late when Rich came upon Kathi's old email, sent nearly 2 months before.
And I shut things down and started to leave. But I thought, I should answer that email. And I finally relented and gave in and decided, okay, I'll take 10 minutes and I'll bang out a response.
Rich had no idea that his answer, a simple technical solution, would transform the way Kathi saw the world.
And this is the first message I ever got from her. And it was where she told me that she had prayed for a solution to this problem and that my email was an answer to prayer.
I told him that I had some questions about Christianity.
If God is a loving God, why is there pain? Does one relate to God through rituals now, like you might to pagan gods?
I asked him some really hard stuff, and he had the answer.
The next day, she contacted me early in the morning again with a straightforward, simple question: how does one convert?
I knew that if I was to accept Jesus, that I would have to give up everything that I was. I would have to give up things like magic that I really depended on.
If you have grown as a witch and you are still highly dependent upon magic to perform day-to-day activities, then you are not doing yourself any good, and you are not benefiting the gods who you claim to worship and represent.
After a day online with Rich, Kathi made a decision that changed her life forever.
The more he talked, and the more I got to know him and know God through him, the more I realized that I had wasted my whole life.
Overnight, Kathi decided to give up her magic, her rituals, and her pagan lifestyle.
And it was like very quickly coming to the realization that I couldn't live without Jesus.
It sounds like you are a Christian at heart and not a Wiccan. There is nothing wrong with being a Christian. If you are a Christian, then be a Christian.
It's been a big adjustment for the kids. I think they like the new me a lot better than the old me. I'm not mean anymore. I'm a lot more fun. I'm a lot more willing to do stuff, mom stuff, than I was before.
There are many, many religions out there, many man-made philosophies, and they are poor counterfeits for power. They are blatant lies, very deceiving alternatives. We see devastating results from people that have suffered by following the counterfeit.
You see devastating results. Like what? Kathi claims that she was unhappy. This is more a cause of her personal outlook on life than anything else. Wicca is not some magical support group that changes one's outlook immediately. If you are unhappy and your life is miserable, Wicca can give you a perspective, but ultimately it is you that needs to change.
But Triciana says that Wicca and other pagan religions cannot possibly offer the peace and freedom that Kathi found.
I will put it to anybody practicing this kind of thing, why go to the power of the created moon when you can draw from the power of the one who created the moon, which is a far greater power? Go to the Creator himself. Go to the God of the universe, who is above any created thing. Why go second best?
Today, Kathi works from her home talking to witches online. This time, not to educate them about Wicca, but rather to tell them about a different life.
This is Ex-Witch Ministries. Let's take another look into this. Here is the blogger who claims that Kathi Sharpe's Ex-Witch Ministries gives false representation and was even threatened with legal action by Sharpe. Here is another website about Ex-Witch Ministries outlining Kathi's various stories we went over earlier in this video.
When I look at myself now and the joy that I have and the happiness and the feeling of completeness, I hate that it took so long for me to find that and to have this.
There are a lot of religions that promise peace, power, and a happy life. Witchcraft is no different. But many witches themselves admit there's a dangerously dark side to Wicca.
What witches admit there is a dark side to Wicca? Not any real witch. Debbie never said anything about a dark side in Wicca. Who are you quoting?
It's a sinister side that Kathi Sharpe feared would eventually destroy her.
Kathi Sharpe is a charlatan.
She discovered witchcraft's dark side in a very real and powerful enemy.
No, she mentioned how unhappy she was. But that is not the fault of the religion that she claims to have been a part of.
Today, as a Christian, she experiences freedom from those dark forces. If you'd like to know more about the peace and the joy Kathi discovered, or if you have any questions about anything you've seen, please contact us at primaryfocus.tv. For now, thanks for joining us. I'm Cal Bramer. We'll see you again next week.
This is the end of this Part 3 series, the dangers and deception of Wicca. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you come across a video that you would like me to take a look at and debunk, I would greatly appreciate it. So, many blessings and blessed be. Okay, you think I should? You think people don't know that, huh? I do understand that not every single Christian out there has fundamental beliefs. I just assumed that you were not that stupid. Cut! These are my opinions, my own personal opinions about fundamentalist Christianity. And I do understand that not every single Christian in the entire world feels the exact same way that the people do in these videos that I debunk. I hope that clarifies. You think that's good enough? I'm tired of holding